I'm Allie Cartwright, and this is Q and Allie. You've got questions, and I've got insight. And this week, I want to talk to you all about the fact that I have clinical depression, and it is kicking my butt, and that's okay. So I've been having a really hard time lately. I've been really struggling with clinical depression, general anxiety disorder, being very temperamental. We go through phases in our life, and we go through experiences in our life that are going to naturally cause upswings and downswings. And I realized that I was having a really hard time I've been having a really hard time creating my content for you all. Not because I didn't know what to say about the topics I've been talking about and everything. Really, it's just that with depression, imposter syndrome is especially prevalent. And yes, there's a cat in my lap. Apologize for her meowing, but I'm assuming most of you think it's cute. So this thing of, okay, who am I to be telling people how to feel better when I feel like shit? Well, someone who knows what it's like to feel that way and to deal with it. It's so funny, the things that our minds try to convince us of, all the ways our brains try to protect us by keeping us small and not doing things that could possibly backfire. So yeah, I was struggling with what the topic for this week was going to be, and I was feeling so down in the dumps. I was kind of at the point of just being like, you know what, I'm not going to put anything out, and I don't think anybody's going to notice. No one's going to care. And, blah. And I all of a sudden realized I was in this place of deep shame over the fact that I've been too depressed to function at my full potential. So I decided that was my topic for this week. It's the fact that it's okay to be sad. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, yay, I have depression and that's great. No, that's not what I mean. But it's not a shameful thing that I have clinical depression. It doesn't make me less than. It doesn't make me less capable of doing my job. Okay, that came out a little weird because it does make it harder for me to function, but it doesn't make me less qualified to do my job. That's what I meant. And it's okay to not be at peak functionality all the time. We're supposed to have ups and downs. We are supposed to have different experiences, because if you felt the same level of, like, say, happiness all the time, it wouldn't feel happy after a while because you'd be too used to it. So I realized that one of the most important things I can do is be really kind to my depression, really accepting of how terrible I feel, because what we resist persists is a really big thing. You know, when we clench against something, we're actually kind of gathering it towards us and holding on to it, whereas when you are accepting and loving of something, it allows it the freedom to process and grow and move out. And I've been not allowing my depression. I've been fighting against it. I've been fighting to feel better so that I can do better for you all. Counterintuitive. So for this week's meditation moment, it's all about that acceptance. releasing the resistance and the shame and allowing what is to be. So for this meditation, you get settled in and then start to draw awareness to your emotions. And this is specifically one that is great to use when you are feeling down. So you tune into those emotions and kind of get a handle on what sort of down emotions they are, because there can be sadness, there can be grief, there can be anger, there can be frustration, and they're, you know, a lot of them are similar, but they're all very different things. And so if you can really get curious about what exact combination of emotions you're experiencing, it can be really interesting. And it can help you be less judgmental of those emotions. And then, so you get really tuned in, really tuned into these emotions. And then you really say yes to them. Okay, frustration. I feel you, frustration, right here in my heart. And I am going to send you so much compassion because you are valid, and visualize bringing light from the core of the earth and from the core of the cosmos, the ultimate unlimited potentiality of the cosmos, this bright high frequency light. Bring those into your energy field and direct them where you feel these challenging emotions. And it's really important with this. You're not doing this to banish those emotions. You're not like trying to blast out the darkness. Now, there are meditations where we do that, and that's a valid thing. But for this, it's about really loving on every challenging emotion that you're experiencing, and just really showing compassion to those emotions so that you're not stuffing them down. And it's so easy to do. I mean, good grief, you guys. I mean, I'm an expert at this stuff, and I've been doing it. So this is a great meditation to try when you are feeling really down, to help you stop resisting and shaming yourself for all of those emotions. So for the mindful moment, as we're all going through a lot of challenging emotions, and there's so much going on in the world right now, I think we all know about challenging emotions right now. If you have not had any challenging emotions recently, I think you've probably been in a bubble. But I want you to remember that when you feel down, I want you to be very mindful about the fact that it's not forever. It is an experience, and you're going to feel good again, and you're going to feel bad again, and that's okay. It's experiences, and it's an inevitable truth that we have to have these very diverse emotions and experiences in order to be able to learn and grow. And that really is a blessing. It can suck and still be a blessing. So that brings us to the mantra moment for the week, which is, there is no shame in my sadness, and honoring it alleviates it. There is no shame in my sadness, and honoring it alleviates it. And really, you could just do the first part of that. There's no shame in my sadness. It's such an important truth to really push into our psyche, because there's so much messaging that gets pushed on us throughout the day that tells us we should be shameful of not being perfect and not being happy and 100% productive all the time. I mean, there's all sorts of messages like that. So just really setting that truth that there is no shame in sadness. It's not a shameful thing to experience. And logically, you know that. So allow yourself to really accept that as your truth. Okay, everyone, that's what I have for you all today on this episode of Q and Allie. I hope that you enjoyed it, didn't mind me being a little candid. I know some people say that you shouldn't actually, if you are a coach and whatnot, you shouldn't talk about the challenges you're going through in the current day. You should allow yourself time to reflect on them. But this isn't exactly a new thing. I have definitely had depression down things before. And I felt like, I honestly felt empowered at the idea of being upfront with you guys and being like, yeah, I'm struggling. I've been really struggling lately. And that is okay. There's no shame in it. It's not fun, but I am trying different things to figure out what it is, what combination of things are really going to help me through it this time. Some things are working, some things aren't. And that's all you can do is keep tuning into yourself and really, really finding those answers within yourself of what can I do to help myself move into a more pleasant experience? What can I do to move through this? And how can I honor what's happening right now? Because, again, when we resist things, we unintentionally clench them in and grip onto it and try to, without realizing we're doing it, try to hang on to it. So, I hope that this was helpful for you all. I know it was actually really helpful for me, so thanks for that. Again, I'm Allie Cartwright. This is Q and Allie, and I hope that, as always, you live fully, laugh lots, and love yourself.